All right, this is Coach Brown, and we're going to be doing a review on how to find your axis of symmetry and your vertex algebraically, okay, given a problem in standard form. Now, standard form is y equals ax squared. Let me erase these arrows. Anyway, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, okay? And what the axis of symmetry is, this is a graph of just a rough sketch of a quadratic, okay? It creates a parabola, all right, that U shape, all right, or if they're opening downward, that one's opening upward. If they're opening downward, it's like one's flipped over and it creates kind of like an upside down U shape, okay? But for this one, that's just a regular upwards opening parabola, and your axis of symmetry, what it is, it's a line that splits it down the middle, okay? So that dashed blue line right there, that's your axis of symmetry, all right? And then every parabola has a vertex, which is the point like right there, okay? And it's an ordered pair, all right? It's an x and a y coordinate. The axis of symmetry is your x coordinate, okay? So that's what that is. The axis of symmetry is the x coordinate of the vertex, all right? So how you find that, all right? You use the formula x equals the negative b, all right? So negative b divided by 2a, okay, or over 2a. So let's go ahead and look at our problem that we've got. It's y equals x squared plus 12x plus 40, okay? So what we need to do is identify b and a, all right? So when we look at it, okay, b is whatever's attached to just your x, your middle term, all right? And it's the coefficient of, like I said, it's your coefficient of x, okay? So with this one, b is 12, all right? So how we'll write that is negative, and then whenever we substitute, we always put it in parentheses. So 12, and then over 2, and then a is your leading coefficient, okay? So it's whatever's attached to x squared. So with this one, since it's just x squared, it's understood that 1 is your coefficient. So it's over 2 times 1, all right? Now when we work this out, like I say, anytime I substitute, I always plug in parentheses. That way I know I'm multiplying. So think about it. Negative to a positive 12, it's going to just change it to a negative 12. Okay, and that's why I always like to think with negative, I always like to think opposite b. Okay, so the opposite of a positive 12 is a negative 12. All right, and then for 2a, or divided by 2a, 2 times 1 is just 2. So what we really got is negative 6. Okay, that's what we get when we work all that out. We get that our axis of symmetry, or our x coordinate, is negative 6. Okay, so now that we have that, all right, because remember the goal is to find the vertex, we found our x, which is negative 6. That's our axis of symmetry. Now what we're going to do is we're going to plug that in, okay? Because anytime you want to find y, if you know what x is, all you have to do is substitute it in. So we're going to plug that in for x, all right? So everywhere we see an x here, so like there and there, we're going to plug in negative 6. Okay, so how that'll look, y equals, and remember that 1, that's understood that was there, so it's just x squared. So we're going to take negative 6 and plug it in. So negative 6 squared, and then plus 12 times negative 6, and then plus 40. Okay? Now, if you've got a good scientific calculator like the Casio ones we use in class, or like the Texas Instruments one, you can plug it in just like that. But just to work that out, all right, we know negative 6 squared, so negative 6 times negative 6 is 36. 12 plus negative 6, or 12 times negative 6 is negative 72, so like minus 72, and then plus 40. And what we get when we work that out is 4, okay? So our vertex is negative 6, 4. And if you notice, I already wrote that down from where I worked this out earlier, okay? So that's our vertex for this problem here, okay? Now just to show you, all right, you always have the option, or most of the time we've got the option to use Desmos now, okay? So if this is difficult for you and you just kind of have a hard time remembering the formulas and how to use them and how to plug them in, you can always use Desmos, okay? So I've got that pulled up over here. And then also Desmos has a scientific calculator. So if I wanted to, you know, just like you can anytime, we could have just typed that out with the parentheses and everything exactly the way I had it on the board, and it would have told you that y was 4, okay? But anyway, so let's clear this out and show you how to type it in. So what we'll put in is the just the formula they gave us, y equals, and then x squared plus 12x plus 40. All right, and when you look at it, okay, so here's our graph. All right, so you can see it. The vertex is at, just like when we just worked it out, at negative 6, 4. Okay? Whoops. All right, so hope everybody can see that, okay? So that's how easy it is to find it using Desmos. You just type it in, it shows you your graph, you got to find the vertex, okay? So that's how you find the vertex algebraically, okay, given a problem in standard form. And then this is how you find it using Desmos, okay? So that's two ways.